Ladies and gentlemen, live with purpose. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Focus on what fuels your soul, what drives you to get up every morning with passion and determination. Make 2025 the year you stop living for anyone else's approval and start living for your own fulfillment. No one can walk your path for you. The journey you embark on in 2025 is yours and yours alone. So focus on yourself, your growth, your well-being, your dreams. You are the key to your own success. In today's fast-paced world, it has become almost second nature for us to look outward. We look to others for validation, seeking approval and recognition from friends, family, social media, and society at large. It's easy to get caught up in the constant cycle of comparison. We measure our success against the achievements of others, our appearance against the standards set by the media, and our happiness against the images of seemingly perfect lives. This outward focus, however, can drain our energy and cloud our vision, leaving us feeling inadequate and lost. The first step toward real empowerment and personal growth is to prioritize yourself. By focusing on yourself, I mean investing in your own mental, emotional, and physical well-being. This doesn't mean becoming self-centered in a negative way, but rather understanding that your worth and value do not depend on how others perceive you. It's about creating a solid foundation for yourself, one that is built on self-awareness, self-love, and self-respect. When you focus on yourself, you stop living in the shadows of others. Instead, you embrace your own path, acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses, your dreams and fears, and your aspirations. You stop being distracted by what others have and focus on what you need to achieve your goals. Rather than spending time comparing your journey to others, you direct that energy toward improving yourself, setting clear goals, and making choices that align with your values. This shift in focus can have profound effects on your well-being. When you stop measuring your life by someone else's standards, you create space to celebrate your own achievements, however big or small they may seem. Success is personal. It doesn't have to look like someone else's version. What matters is that it reflects your growth, your progress, and the effort you've put in. It's easy to become disillusioned when we're constantly comparing ourselves to others. But when you focus inward, you learn to appreciate your journey and value your unique experiences. By focusing on yourself, you also learn to prioritize your mental and emotional health. It's about giving yourself permission to rest when needed, to say no to things that drain your energy, and to invest in activities that nourish your mind and body. In a world that often encourages constant hustle and achievement, taking time for self-care and reflection is not a luxury, it's a necessity. This mental shift allows you to build resilience, clarity, and emotional strength, making you better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean isolating yourself from the world. It's about making sure that the foundation of your life is rooted in who you truly are, not in what others expect or want from you. When you focus on your own growth and well-being, you're able to show up as the best version of yourself. Not just for others, but for yourself too. This internal growth becomes the fuel that propels you toward living a life that's true to you, free from the toxic cycle of comparison and external validation. True empowerment stems not from external accolades or validation, but from within. Often we are taught to seek approval from others, whether from parents, teachers, friends, or social media followers, believing that external praise will fuel our self-worth. But real empowerment comes from a deep internal strength that arises when we recognize our own value, independent of the opinions or expectations of those around us. We put our emotional well-being in the hands of others. We allow the opinions, judgments, and expectations of the world to define who we are. But what happens when those external sources of validation disappear or shift? We can feel lost, uncertain, or even unworthy. This is why true empowerment must begin with self-acceptance and self-love. When you empower yourself from the inside, you build a foundation that no one can take away from you. Internal empowerment is about recognizing that your worth is inherent. It is not contingent upon your appearance, your success, or your ability to meet societal standards. It's about understanding that you are valuable just because you exist. This kind of empowerment comes when you stop seeking approval and start affirming your own identity. When you embrace who you are, your uniqueness, your flaws, your strengths, your struggles, you begin to experience a sense of inner freedom. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself to others because you know deep down that you are enough. Building this internal strength takes time and effort, but it is possible. One of the first steps is practicing self-awareness. Take a moment each day to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What do you need today to nurture your mind and body? Reflecting on your emotions and needs helps you connect with your true self, helping you distinguish your own desires from the expectations placed on you by the world. When you start listening to your own inner voice, you become more attuned to what truly matters to you and can begin making choices that align with your values and goals, not someone else's. Self-empowerment also comes from embracing your own agency. The understanding that you are in control of your choices, actions, and responses. External circumstances may influence your life, but they do not define your fate. When you take responsibility for your own decisions and actions, you reclaim the power to shape your own story. You understand that no matter what happens, you have the strength and resilience to navigate through challenges. This self-reliance gives you the courage to pursue your dreams, even when the road ahead seems uncertain or difficult. The more you cultivate this internal sense of empowerment, the more you become the architect of your own life. You no longer rely on others to validate your choices, affirm your worth, or define your happiness. You become your own source of confidence and strength. When you learn to empower yourself, you create a sense of stability and peace that comes from knowing that no matter what the world throws at you, you are enough, you are capable, you are powerful. Simply because you are you. Life is not a smooth linear path. It is filled with challenges, setbacks, and obstacles that often feel overwhelming. But instead of viewing these challenges as burdens or roadblocks, we can choose to see them as opportunities for growth. When faced with adversity, the most powerful shift we can make is to reframe our mindset and see each obstacle as a chance to learn, evolve, and discover new strengths within ourselves. Obstacles are a natural part of the journey. No one's path is free from difficulty, and the sooner we accept this reality, the easier it becomes to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. It's important to recognize that adversity does not define us, it shapes us. The way we respond to challenges determines the strength we gain from them. Every obstacle we face gives us a chance to refine our character, build our resilience, and gain deeper self-awareness. When we view challenges as opportunities, we can shift our focus from feeling defeated to feeling empowered. Instead of becoming discouraged by setbacks, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? How can this experience help me grow? This shift in perspective allows us to approach obstacles with a sense of curiosity rather than fear. For example, if a project you've worked hard on doesn't go as planned, instead of blaming yourself or others, take a step back and analyze what went wrong. What lessons can you take from that experience that will help you succeed the next time? This kind of mindset fosters growth because it encourages you to take responsibility for your own development rather than resigning to the idea that failure is final. Overcoming obstacles also teaches us the importance of perseverance. Success isn't always about being the smartest or the most talented. It's about being willing to keep going even when things get tough. It's about finding the courage to continue when the road ahead seems uncertain. Perseverance is what helps us build resilience and become stronger in the face of adversity. It's about understanding that every setback is temporary and that the strength we gain from it is lasting. Obstacles help us cultivate problem-solving skills. Every challenge requires us to think creatively, adjust our approach, and find new ways to overcome the situation. These problem-solving skills become valuable assets that serve us in every area of our lives. Whether it's dealing with personal issues, professional setbacks, or unexpected life changes, the ability to approach challenges with a calm and solution-oriented mindset allows us to maintain control, reduce stress, and stay focused on what we can do rather than dwelling on what's out of our hands. Obstacles are not just something to survive. They are something to thrive through. When we embrace the challenges life presents, we open ourselves up to new opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. We learn to trust ourselves, knowing that no matter how difficult a situation may seem, we have the strength and resilience to face it head on and come out stronger on the other side. Instead of fearing obstacles, we begin to see them as the very things that shape us into who we are meant to be. Through adversity, we become more aware of our own power, our ability to adapt, and our capacity to rise above whatever comes our way. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded by distractions. Social media, news, advertisements, and the opinions of others can easily pull our attention away from what truly matters. It's all too easy to get lost in the noise of society's expectations and the pressure to keep up with trends, achievements, and the lives of others. These distractions can cloud our judgment, make us lose sight of our goals, and leave us feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. In order to make meaningful progress and live a life aligned with our values, it is essential to break free from these distractions and regain control over our focus. One of the first steps in breaking free from distractions is to identify them. Take a moment to think about what pulls your attention away from your priorities. Is it constantly checking your phone for notifications? Is it the pressure to compare yourself to others on social media? Or is it the overwhelming noise of society telling you what you should or shouldn't do? By becoming aware of the distractions in your life, you can start to set boundaries and consciously choose what you will allow to occupy your time and energy. This self-awareness is key to regaining control over your focus and making sure that you are spending your time in ways that truly serve you. Once you've identified your distractions, it's important to create space for what truly matters. This means making time for the things that align with your values, passions, and long-term goals. Whether it's focusing on personal growth, working toward a career goal, or nurturing your relationships, carving out time for what matters most helps you stay centered. This might mean setting limits on your screen time or unfollowing accounts that make you feel inadequate or distracted. It could involve saying no to activities or people that drain your energy and instead investing that time in things that contribute to your well-being and success. Another important aspect of breaking free from distractions is learning to say no. We often feel obligated to take on too much or say yes to things that don't align with our priorities because we fear disappointing others or missing out. However, saying yes to everything spreads us too thin and prevents us from focusing on what's truly important. By learning to say no with grace and confidence, we protect our time and energy for the things that will have the greatest impact on our lives. This doesn't mean being selfish. Rather, it's about understanding that by saying no to certain things, we are saying yes to ourselves and our own well-being. Focus is also deeply connected to mindfulness. When we are mindful, we become fully present in the moment and are able to give our full attention to whatever task or activity we are engaged in. This presence allows us to work more efficiently, make better decisions, and enjoy the process of pursuing our goals. Mindfulness helps us eliminate the constant mental clutter that comes from being pulled in many directions at once. It allows us to channel our energy toward what matters and block out the noise that doesn't contribute to our growth. Breaking free from distractions is a practice that requires consistency and patience. It's not something that happens overnight. But with time, you can develop habits and strategies that help you stay focused on your goals. This could involve creating a routine, setting clear intentions for your day, or even practicing meditation to train your mind to stay present. Each small step you take to eliminate distractions and regain focus will bring you closer to living a more purposeful and intentional life. By eliminating distractions and focusing on what truly matters, you empower yourself to take control of your future and live a life that reflects your true aspirations. In our fast-paced, ever-changing world, it's easy to become disconnected from ourselves. We are constantly bombarded with external influences, society's expectations, the pressure to meet deadlines, the noise of social media, and the demands of relationships. Amid all of this, it's crucial to take a step back and reflect on who we are and what we truly want from life. Self-reflection and awareness are not just practices, they are essential tools for personal growth and emotional well-being. When we take the time to reflect, we become more in tune, feelings, desires, and needs, which allows us to make more intentional decisions and live a life that aligns with our true self. Self-awareness begins with creating space for introspection. It's about carving out time in our busy lives to sit in stillness, free from distractions, and listen to our inner thoughts. Whether it's through journaling, meditating, or simply sitting in quiet reflection, taking the time to pause and check in with ourselves allows us to understand what is happening within us. How do we feel today? What are we struggling with? What are we grateful for? These questions can help us tap into our emotional state, our goals, and our needs, enabling us to live with greater clarity and purpose. When we practice self-awareness, we develop a deeper understanding of our emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively to situations or allowing ourselves to be swept away by external pressures, we can pause and observe how we're feeling. Are we stressed, anxious, happy, or frustrated? By identifying and naming our emotions, we can take control of them rather than letting them control us. This emotional intelligence allows us to respond to situations thoughtfully and intentionally rather than reacting from a place of fear or overwhelm. Self-awareness also helps us recognize patterns in our behavior and thought processes. We all have certain habits, both positive and negative, that shape our lives. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can begin to identify areas where we might need to make changes. For example, if we notice that we often procrastinate or struggle with perfectionism, we can take steps to address these tendencies and adopt healthier habits that align with our goals. Self-awareness allows us to take ownership of our actions and reactions, which empowers us to make conscious choices that support our personal growth. Self-awareness fosters self-compassion. When we truly understand ourselves, our strengths, weaknesses, and limitations, we become more accepting of who we are. We stop criticizing ourselves for not measuring up to external standards or for making mistakes. Instead, we embrace our imperfections as part of our unique journey. This self-compassion allows us to be kinder to ourselves, which in turn helps us build resilience in the face of challenges. When we accept ourselves fully, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that we are worthy of love and respect, regardless of our flaws. Self-awareness is the key to living a life that is authentic and aligned with our true desires. It gives us the insight we need to make decisions that reflect our values, passions, and long-term goals, rather than succumbing to the expectations of others. When we take the time to reflect and understand ourselves on a deeper level, we create a solid foundation for personal growth. Self-awareness allows us to navigate life with greater clarity, purpose, and a sense of fulfillment, knowing that we are living in a way that is true to who we are. Living with purpose is one of the most powerful ways to ensure that your life is meaningful and fulfilling. In a world full of distractions, noise, and external pressures, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters to us. Often we become so caught up in meeting other people's expectations or trying to keep up with societal standards that we forget to ask ourselves, what do I truly want and what kind of life do I want to live? Living with purpose means being intentional about how we spend our time, energy, and resources, and aligning our daily actions with our long-term goals and values. The first step in living with purpose is discovering what truly excites and motivates you. What are your passions? What makes you feel alive? This requires introspection and a willingness to explore what lights you up, whether it's pursuing a career you love, spending time with family, creating art, or contributing to a cause you care about. When you understand what drives you, it becomes easier to make choices that align with your purpose. This clarity of vision gives your life direction and meaning as you have a clear understanding of the why behind everything you do. Living with purpose also requires setting meaningful goals that are aligned with your values. Goals give us something to work toward and provide us with a sense of direction. However, these goals must be authentic to who we are, not based on what others expect or the pressure to conform to external standards of success. Whether it's a personal goal, a career aspiration, or a long-term vision, the key is to ensure that it reflects what you genuinely want for yourself. These goals will serve as a roadmap, guiding you through the challenges and uncertainties that life inevitably presents. Equally important is the practice of mindfulness in daily life. Being present and aware in the moment allows you to focus on what matters most. When you live with purpose, every action you take feels more intentional. From the small, everyday tasks to the larger decisions, you are constantly evaluating how each moment aligns with your greater vision. This mindfulness fosters a sense of fulfillment because you are fully engaged in the process, not just focusing on the outcome. It also helps you avoid wasting time and energy on things that do not contribute to your purpose or long-term happiness. Living with purpose also requires resilience and perseverance. There will undoubtedly be obstacles along the way, times when things don't go as planned, when you face setbacks, or when you feel like giving up. However, when you are connected to your purpose, you are better equipped to push through these challenges. Knowing that what you are working toward is meaningful and aligned with your values gives you the strength to keep going, even when things get tough. Your purpose becomes a source of motivation that helps you rise above difficulties and keep moving forward. Living with purpose fosters a deep sense of satisfaction and contentment. When you live intentionally, you feel like your life has meaning because you know that your actions are contributing to something greater than yourself. This sense of purpose helps you feel more connected to the world around you and gives you a sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing you are living authentically. Living with purpose is about creating a life that reflects who you are, what you believe in, and what you want to contribute to the world. It's about making decisions based on your own values and passions, rather than external influences or societal expectations. When you live with purpose, you begin to experience a deeper sense of joy, satisfaction, and fulfillment, knowing that every step you take is moving you closer to the life you are meant to live. As we stand at the threshold of a new year, 2025 offers us a fresh canvas, a chance to reclaim control over our lives and direct our energy toward what truly matters. The key to making this year transformative lies in focusing on ourselves. By turning inward and nurturing self-awareness, embracing our strengths, and confronting challenges with resilience, we create the space for personal growth and empowerment. Focusing on ourselves doesn't mean becoming selfish or isolated. Rather, it's about understanding our needs, values, and desires so we can live authentically and with purpose. As we break free from distractions and learn to embrace the power of reflection, we can set clear intentions, make intentional choices, and cultivate the life we truly want to live. When we empower ourselves from within, we unlock an incredible potential to overcome obstacles, stay focused on our goals, and build a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. The journey ahead may not always be easy, but by focusing on ourselves, we give ourselves the tools and the courage to navigate it with clarity and confidence. 2025 can be the year that you truly invest in yourself, prioritize your growth, and embrace the power within you. Let this year be the one where you take control of your destiny, knowing that your worth is not defined by the outside world, but by the strength, resilience, and purpose you hold within. This is your time. Make it count.